My name is Ruh, and I'm 54 years old, and I'm originally from Cincinnati, Ohio. Working in the landscape field is very, very physical work, and even in my younger years, probably when I was 29 or 30 years old, I would have some back issues from lifting heavy things. Went to chiropractor at different times, not on a regular basis. Probably 12 months ago, my back just started hurting. And thinking, what did I do? I couldn't pinpoint anything that I did. It started hurting right before wrestling season, and during the whole wrestling season, I'd be up coaching with the kids, and all of a sudden I'd have to sit down, and I'd coach sitting down. It was a constant pain. I would say 1 to 10, it was an 8, and the only way that I could get any relief was to get off my feet. And so I put up with that for about 4 months, and I went ahead and went to the chiropractor, and he did a couple adjustments, and it didn't get any better. And then he did an MRI, and the MRI showed that I had a cyst, and they called it a synovial cyst. So I said, what am I going to do? Oh, I know someone's a back surgeon. Dr. Campbell was a very mild-mannered person, very polite, very kind spirit, just very, very friendly. He's a very friendly person. I called up Dr. Campbell's office and said, I need to speak with David. Knowing him personally, I called him David. And they said he was busy, but he'd call me back. So he called me back, and I said, Doc, I gotta get this taken care of. And he said, fine, come in my office today and pick up your MRI, and let's look at it and see what we got. So I went on that Friday, picked up my MRI, and he looked at it and he said, yeah, this is what it is. That's the first time I'd seen him with my MRI. I'd spoke with him on the phone before about it. And so he scheduled another MRI for me on Monday, so we could see how it had changed over the month or so since I had the first MRI. And I picked the MRI up, brought it over to him, and he said, it hasn't changed. It's still there. What do you want to do? And I said, let's get it out of there. The day that I went in for the surgery, David was there in the morning to meet me, and made sure that I had everything that I needed. And he would call me Coach because I coach his kids. So he'd say, "So Coach, you ready?" And I'd say, "Yeah, I'm ready." So I had the surgery, woke up. The hospital was great. Actually, it wasn't a hospital. It was the surgery center there where his office is. The people were great. He was there to meet me, and great bedside manner. Just the same person he always is, whether he's out on the street or wherever I'd meet him. He's always just so polite and kind. And the recovery was probably not like it for everybody, I would imagine, but I'm a very positive person. I like to get to work and don't like to miss work. So that surgery happened on a Wednesday. I was back to work on the following Monday. Having the surgery, allowed me to get back to doing the things that I did before. Even being at home, working around my house, there were just things that I wasn't able to. I was able to do it, but it just took so much longer, and it's very taxing, not only on me but my wife. I think making the decision to have the surgery, I don't really think that there would have been anything that would have stopped me from having it. It was so cumbersome, the pain. I'm a very active person, not only outside of work, but I'm a director of the facility at the school, so I do a lot of manual labor. I'm on my feet all the time. I'm in my office very rarely, and so it's not something that I would have been able to deal with. So I whatever it was, I was going to have the surgery. But what made it so much easier was knowing that David was going to do the surgery. Just knowing the type of man he was, knowing his reputation. Dr. Campbell were here today, I'd say Doc, he'd say, "What, coach?" And I'd say, you know, "Thank you for helping me out with my back, you know, because before I was a mess."